Welcome to Judy's Mind Body. Take a deep breath in. Hi, everybody. And come all the way up. Maybe get your digits, your fingers moving as we come into triple burner. And release all our joints before we go to Tai Chi Chih. So this was an old standing practice in Tai Chi Chih, which was to move those fingers constantly. Some people do that. But I think it's a good beginning to just get everything moving. And you basically want to move all your joints. So it's kind of a nice thing we can do today in triple burner. 3 areas of energy. Our head is first, but we call it the third energy center, or Dantian. Our heart is the second one, the middle one right here. And then our lowest one is the abdomen on the exhale. Long inhale. Long exhale. Feel the breath expanding the belly, the rib cage, the upper chest. Feel your nose opening those sinuses, all that whole area there. Feel the breath itself of the lungs as they expand here. Sending the diaphragm down, which opens this whole area of the belly, seemingly, and exhale that back towards the Ming Men, which is the lower spine. So feel that fullness of that breath and the alignment. And I have my stool here for anyone who really needs it. You can start this way so that you shift side to side. Holding on to the stool, you can slide across like this. You've got something there to hold on to if you need it. And accessibility for seniors is what we want. Not everyone needs this, but this is always something you've got there if you need it. Good. We're going to go right from there to a side to side weight shift without the stool. And notice how the feet are in a V. That's called rider on horse position. It's like this with your feet. And the heels are still underneath the hips, just that the toes are out like this. So we're going to just feel this sense of what we will do when we get to rocking motion in Tai Chi Chih. So a little bit of width here allows the body to grab onto the earth here. Come to the balls of the feet, middle of the foot, and now to the heels. And the best warm-up I know for this, to go back to the stool for a second, and use it as a prop. So here, if we come to the balls of the feet, you can, with something there, you can lift the heels. This is rising, sinking in the middle where you're over the bubbling spring in the center of the foot, and back to the heels where you lift the toes. So there's 3 parts to the up and down shift as far as the feet are concerned. And you're moving through the whole foot. And of course, that could just be done using one hand and holding on with the other and adding your figure 8 with that hand. Like you draw an 8 with your fingers, and it has the effect of turning the wrist. The fingers seem to open in response. And the hand itself is slightly rounded because there's a legong point there that'll be used later in the center of the palm when they're rounded. So if we did this now, and you need it, you could hold on with the other hand. It's a good way to start because you're basically really extending through the thighs and the calves here. It's a very good warm up for the feet when we get to the real rocking motion. Good. Now for a forward back weight shift with chair there or stool, come out to the side and we'll shift towards the stool here, and the outside leg will drop the heel. You can bring it up, hold on to your stool, practice moving around with the leg bent, whatever you want to do here, and then drop the heel, come forward, holding on with the other hand or just propped there, come back, release the front toe, and glide through the center. The back heel will lift as you come forward, shifting to the yawn leg. The back leg is long here, but you haven't really locked the knee here. So the idea is to open up all the joints, but still get the effect of the toe rising in front, the heel rising in back, and a glide through the middle. Good. Let's try it on the other side. This is, I find, a really good prop for me. I'm going to shift down now into rider on horse position, which will be this. I'm going to move towards the stool here with your right leg and release the left heel. And now you could slide across with your fingers. You've got that stool or chair nearby. And if your balance is not the greatest, you can use this prop any way you like. Good. Now I like to bring my thumb to my hip bones because I want to make sure that I'm not dropping my upper body down. I want to keep a really long spine as I do my weight shift on your left leg. I'm mirroring you, so I'm on my right. Beautiful. Let's go to the other side and see how that goes. This will be your right leg. Drop down, shift towards the stool, place your thumb on your hips, really feel this length through the spine, and the crown of the head as if it's lifted by a string, and come forward, releasing the back heel, back, releasing the front toe, and gliding through the center. So this prevents, when you have that glide, that sense of going too far down and then too far up. It needs to be level. And you can try with a hand here, that helps, is if you're holding onto a rope. Imaginary rope. And that keeps you grounded when that rope stays right out from the hip. Let's try the other side with a rope. Dropping down, finding the edge of the stool, bringing this heel up here, maybe play with it first. Drop just the heel and sliding forward and back. And notice that when you come from rider on horse position, you're starting here. This foot in the back here is going to have that 45-degree angle. This front leg is going to come right out from the hip. And that's really safe. So now we're going to imagine our rope. Pull the rope. Pull it back. Beautiful. And notice what happens to your feet. When you get out here fully and this knee bends a little bit, the back heel lifts. But meanwhile, you glide back with the rope, and then finally the toe lifts. We don't have to do anything. We just need to feel the sense of not really working, but that the body knows exactly what to do. All right, I like to think of this as in a yoga way too. So if you bring your feet out into the rider on horse position again, and you shift over here, and you lift this heel up, and you drop it so that you're on railroad tracks here, and you shift into the front leg, you can go into a warrior position. And then you can come back, take hold of your stool for a moment and release this leg back. And we'll go to the other side. You always want to do your warrior on both sides. Feet on warrior, no, sorry, feet on rider on horse. You're going to shift towards the stool here. Release your right heel. You may want to lift it up here, play with it a bit, and then drop the heel. And now you're going to be really essentially doing a forward back weight shift, but we're going to turn it into a warrior. Front leg is bent. Both feet are solidly on the ground. And you can look up with your warrior one. Whoops. And you want to make sure that you've got enough width there that that back foot is in a 45-degree angle still. Otherwise, you will slip. Front leg bent, back leg straight, right? And solidly on the ground, all 3 points of each foot. Good. Now go back and do your forward back weight shift. It should be in the right place for you. Although sometimes you have to draw one foot back. Or make it longer. Usually it's drawing it back so that you're not going like this with your body. You want to keep the body straight up and down. Beautiful. Let's try it on the other side again. So accessibility is important. And if you have a friend you want to teach Tai Chi Chih, you want to watch certain things. And one of them is bringing too much weight over the knee. So the straight up and down with the body is what we need, even though the knee is bending here in front and the back leg is, the heel just lifted. And now the toe lifts, but in the middle, you're sliding or gliding. So pull your rope back. Pull your rope, pull it back. Beautiful. Let's do the other side with the rope. These are all fun things, I think. Rider on horse, shifting towards the stool, releasing the heel, finding your rope. It's almost like you're pulling in a boat or something. You know, you all feel like there's a number of people with you and they're all on this rope. And you don't want to be the one that dips down like this. So keep your body long. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to turn that into a Tai Chi walk. So bringing your palms behind you and maybe clasp them together like this, and then let them go down so that the knuckles are towards the earth. That'll keep your shoulders down. You're going to walk now, shifting towards your stool and releasing this heel. Heel to toe. The Buddhist walking meditation or the Tai Chi walk. And notice how you're moving heel to toe, but now come back the other way, other side. Your left ball of the foot, then through the middle of the foot, then the heel. And then, yeah, it's toe to heel coming back and it's heel to toe coming forward. Okay, let's do the other side. And if you have two, I thought about this, if you have two stools here, you could actually use two props. If you're teaching someone and you're afraid they're going to fall over. So let's shift down, shift towards the stool this time. This leg's already bending. This is straight. It's ready to go. And you're going to drop it, just the heel, and walk. Clasping your hands behind you if that's possible for you. Heel, center of the foot, front of the foot. Heel, center of the foot, front of the foot. Good. One more. Good. Now we're going to start back on this foot, toe to heel. Great. Great prep for our weight shifts forward and back. And I think that'll take us through one more thing here. We're going to come up, holding on to a stool or something else. You know, you can hold on to a chair, or you can hold on to a shelf if there's one nearby. Up and down and back. So that way you're really feeling the calves, thighs extending. Good. And you can do the same thing. I'll come back here with a stool or a really strong piece of wood here so that you're not going to slip off. Put your weight into that top of it a little bit. And now you're on the balls of the feet. Come through the middle, go back to the heels. And that can be done against your wall too. Great warm up for our forward back or up and down shift. Okay, I think that's good. Now we're going to come to our Qigong related practice that ties us right into Tai Chi Chih. Triple burner. Thank you all for coming today. It's great to see you. Feel this circle. Come through the center of it and exhale slowly down. Feel the expansion of the belly and the breath through the nostrils. Feel the slow exhale that causes the breath to come towards the Ming Men or low spine on the coming down. And feel the expansion on the inhale on the coming up. And one more of triple burner coming through 3 energy centers: the head, the heart, and the abdomen, and resting on globes of energy. It's all imaginary, but you really begin to feel that there's a connection here between the gravity and your inside of your palm. So really feel that rounded palm, open fingers, as if you're resisting gravity. And we'll do 10 groundings. Inhale here to the heart. Exhale down to the abdomen. Inhale up to the heart and to the top one, which is your head. And exhale down. Slowly extending the relaxation response of the exhale. And then coming above that to the trees. The beautiful trees of San Francisco, some of them so tall. And the sun. And slowly come it down with that. Feel the length of the spine without dropping it. If you need an extra breath, take it. And we'll do 2 short ones here. One to the heart. And then down to the abdomen. And one to the head. And down to the abdomen. And feel the sense of resistance towards gravity here when you rest on globes of energy. And now we come to Buddha picks up the earth. You'll start right above the chest here with the palms up. And exhale down. You're in rider and on horse position. Inhale here, and then push up the earth into the sky with the palms facing up towards the heavens. And exhale down. Buddha picks up the earth and sends it into the sky. One more. Feel the weight of that earth as you pick it up. And then the palms turn over to push it up. Exhale there. And bring the palms back to resist gravity. Beautiful. Picking up a feather with your thumb and your forefinger. And we're going to paint down with a flattened palm. Exhale. And a couple more of those. Bending the front leg, straightening the back. Flattening the palm as you come down. And picking up the feather with the thumb and forefinger as you go up. Lengthen it. Coming back to center, ground it. Preparing for the other side, still on rider and horse. Shifting to pick up the feather with the thumb and forefinger, draw it up as high as you can comfortably. You're on the ball of your foot at this point. Flatten the palm on the exhale, slowly coming down the wall as if you were painting it. Picking up a feather and letting it go. One more. Notice how you're really already shifting. Bending the front leg, straightening the back. Bending the back leg, straightening the front. One more. Beautiful. And then we're going to open the rib cage for the accordion. Expanding here. Breathe in through the nostrils. Open them up. Feel the tongue wanting to come to the upper palate on your exhale. Slightly releasing the jaw. That's said to be the Qigong breath. It looks like this. Notice how it draws in the tummy on the exhale and expands it on the inhale. And one more of the accordion. If you play the accordion, you know this is where you make the sound. Or you can just blow out. Good, let's release it down. Very nice. Okay, heaven and earth. Dropping down, coming from the accordion, I like to feel that they draw into each other. So this palm's going to move up. This palm's going to move down. And we probably need to bring the feet a little bit closer together. And flatten it on top, the palm, and flatten it on the bottom, the palm. Beautiful. And you can actually straighten the elbow here without locking it. We don't ever lock the joints. So inhale here, and now heaven and earth. One palm up, flattening at the top, one down. Notice how that opens up your rib cage on that side where the palm's going up. And now open up the other side of the rib cage. They all separate. All those ribs. And one more. This is really good for the spine. Come back to center, inhale. And now we're going to come into the propeller. So open the palms out, and then it's really a spinal twist. So inhale here. And as you exhale, twist this way. Keeping your palms level if possible. Inhale back center and exhale towards the opposite side. And we want to minimize the shoulders lifting. So there's some weight of the arms here that we're dealing with. Let's see if you can find a leveling here of your propeller so that the breath isn't lifting the shoulders too much. Good. A couple more. That looks great. And that twisting of the spine in yoga has been called wringing out the dish rag, because you've got all sorts of important nerves that come off the spine, and you're helping the spine deal with it. And come back to center. Good. When you're ready, shift down with the palms. And we're now going to come to the head. So taking hold of the palms back here, like this. And feet rider and horse position. So you've got some stance there that you can deal with this. You're going to drop the head down. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder and come around on the inhale. And exhale on the other side. Three circles. This will be the third one this way. And we're making sure the shoulders don't come up. Good. Now we're going to start with the chin towards the chest in the center and move the opposite way. Your left ear to your left shoulder, and then up and around on the inhale. And exhaling towards the opposite shoulder. 3 times. Slowly. Good. I think it was good. I can't watch you while I'm doing it for myself because it takes a lot of focus, right? Now you're going to use your shoulder rolls here. Just drape those fingertips around the upper arms here. Come forward, up, back and down, letting the shoulder blades roll down the back on your exhale. And very gently, like you're persuading the shoulders to come up and go back. You don't have to put any pressure with the fingers at all. It's just all is very soft. And now start the other way. So back, up, forward and down. And this, of course, caves in the chest a bit, but we're going to open up the chest as we come back here. Inhale. Exhale there. And those circles are really important for the shoulders, which often need to loosen up. Good. Now we're going to bring the palms out to the side, a little bit different for the propeller because now the palms are facing forward. And you're going to circle forward from the top of the arm all the way down to the fingers, and the fingers are open. Circling the whole arm, fingers, forearm, upper arm together all the way to the shoulder. And now go the other way, and without locking the elbow. Almost like a bird in flight. Very nice. Elbows now close to the body, circling forward with the wrist and forearms. A nice circle with the fingers open. Good. We're relaxing all those joints. And now go the other way. Good. Now, coming down the body, we'll bring the pelvis forward to your right side, back, and to your left side, doing hip circles in 4 points. Forward, side, back, side. And it's not a race, so we're all moving really slowly so that we can develop our own inner sense of how the body works. The opposite. We'll do some aerobic stuff in a minute, but this is just really great for Tai Chi Chih. slowness, continuity, circularity, moving from the center, all principles of Qigong and of Tai Chi Chih. Now coming forward to the side, to the left, back, to the right, forward, side, back, and forward. You feel all those 4 points, almost like you have a clock. And this is one side of the clock, the top of the clock, the other side of the clock, the back side. So that we always have this feeling that we can go both directions. Clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, now I'm going to shake it out. That's a basic Qigong move that everybody loves the most, including me. And you start with your feet, you move up through the knees, you move up to the pelvis, and all the way up, bringing your fingertips up into the air. Yay! And then, like a little kid, you come down, you shake it all out. Very nice. Good. Okay. Now we come to the owl, bringing your palms down like this, holding them in back. And you're going to bring your head over to your right and look. You know, if you've ever watched golden eagles like we saw in Iowa at one point, they always move very slowly with the head, and so does the owl. So here's your inhale and here's your exhale. But the chin is actually parallel to the earth for us. As you gaze over the plains or over the forest, probably looking for the next prey. The owl. And we could also do that with the eagle. If you bring your one elbow over the other elbow, and you would be like a golden eagle. And you could look down if you bend from the hips here a little bit, flat back, and come back up. And again, holding forward from the hips, flat back. Good. And now put the opposite elbow underneath. And the palms you don't have to bring fingers into the palm, but it depends on your arms. If you would like to do that, you can also just do this. Come forward. Halfway. Inhale back up. Folding forward from the hips, flat back otherwise. Yes, that's lovely. They're such regal birds. And one more. The eagle. Nice. And let's let our birds fly. Whee! Good. And let's move from that into swimming. So bring this arm forward, and you're mermaids or mermen by letting those fins in the feet release at the heel. That way the whole body is moving together with your swim. And these are fairly big moves for us, but I think they're really important because often we need to reach for something or throw something to our grandkids or whatever. We need some ability to do this. Good. Now come back to center. We'll come back with the arms. This time we won't move the fins too much. Swimming on our backs on a beautiful sunny day. So relaxed. Maybe lying on a mattress. Who knows what. Okay, now if you bring the palms here facing forward, you'll be able to bring yourself into this pose, exhaling. Here's your exhale. Here's your inhale. Breaststroke. And you can feel the breast open as you bring those palms out. So inhale first, and then feel that sense of your chest as you exhale. Beautiful. One more. Good. Let's do something for the digits. We're going to do this imaginary air guitar. Start the fingers moving and then come up here on your inhale. And back down. And notice how you're releasing the feet here. You have to really kind of do a shift here, don't you? You shift into this foot and the other foot, the heel comes up. You shift into the opposite foot and the opposite heel comes up. So there's this constant shifting that we do every day with our lives that needs balance and strengthening. And this is great for it. And also opening up the digits here by just making them feel like they're playing on a guitar. Good. And the opposite way, we'll start over here. We're going to move like this. And we're going to add our feet. Ready? The air guitar. And one more. Beautiful. Let's sink it into the earth. A couple groundings. And one more grounding to the head and down. Notice how soft the breath is getting, how much more relaxed everything feels. And we'll bring our knees together because we're going to bend forward from the hips and take hold of the knees. So flat back, inhale first, flat back, take hold of the knees. Your feet are together or nearby and circle around. This is for all those little tiny ligaments that surround the knees. Circle one way, and then when you feel like, oh, that's good enough, go the opposite direction. Not too fast, just feel it. Good. Now, I think we can come down the shins here, right through that bone with our fingers, touch our ankles, and walk up with fairly big claw palms. And now we'll do a little more aerobic stuff. So we're going to do some beating of the body. It's just very gentle. And come down, folding forward from the hips, all the way down to the ankles, outside of the legs, tapping. Get to the belly and then start down again. Folding forward from the hips, flat back, round it when you come over. And let's come back up here and come down this arm and the inside of it, all the way to the chest, maybe right here to this lung point, and then back down again. Up again, across the lung points, and down to the other arm on the outside, the inside, the outside, the inside. Come back to center, and let's just really open up the palms here, rubbing them. It's really good for us. And then rub up the arm, down the arm. Qigong has a whole massage element to it that we haven't explored enough yet. Let's go up this arm, down the arm. Good. And now come to the face. Little circles right around the cheekbones, right there. That's your smile area. Make some funny faces. Make sure there's no tension in the face at all. Good. And now you're going to come down the outside of the ears 7 times with your thumb and your forefinger. Pluck, pluck like feathers. Pluck, 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 pluck. Go back up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and shake it out. The fountain. Prepare to come all the way up as if you were the fountain, and then you're going to fold forward from the hips. As you come down, you're going to exhale with the backs of the palms together like this. Touch the earth. Inhale back up. Open. Exhale down. Two more. And feel this inhale and feel this exhale. And last one of the fountain. And release it. Knocking at the gates. The most aerobic thing we'll do is to take that spinal twist and touch the buttocks and back. And tap it. Feels really good. We're waking up the skin, which has chi, the whole body coming up towards the center of the body and tapping at the kidney area, right back there. And then coming up to your lung points and tapping there, right on the outside of that arm and at the upper chest. And then up here to the shoulders, if that's comfortable for you. It isn't for everyone, so good. And you can use one elbow under the other to actually massage in this area, right back there. And then the other arm under, and you can do the opposite side. That gets the shoulder blades and back. Good. And a little massage there. A little bit. Okay, we're good. And now we're going to move right into our next little bit of stuff, which is Hatha Yoga possibilities slowing down, inhaling or coming into prayer. Exhaling down through prayer. This time you bring the palms together, which we really rarely do, seemingly, in T'ai Chi Chih, in Tai Chi Chih, or in our Qigong practice. We usually have them separated to feel the chi between the palms. But in Hatha, we bring this up as a gesture of prayer for the world or for ourselves or whatever our causes are. Exhale all the way down to the abdomen here. Inhale up. There's always someone we care about that we need to address the sense of thinking about them, which is prayer in a sense. A beautiful yoga gesture here. Bringing the energy all the way down to the abdomen on the exhale. And all the way up here and down through the center of the body. And one more of prayer. And prayer twist, holding a bowl of fruit. Inhale very slowly, exhale abdomen, rib cage, upper chest, and your head is last. Inhale, center. Everything is level. And begin to exhale to the other side on your twist. When you're ready, inhale, center. A couple more of these, feeling the fullness and the sequence of inhaling abdomen, rib cage, upper chest, shoulder, head. Last one towards your right or whatever direction you're going. And bring it center. And exhale it down to come into Tadasana, mountain pose. The palms will be forward, the body is long. I want you to feel every toe and finger. So we're going to feel the little finger and the little toe. You can move it a little bit. The fourth finger and the fourth toe. The third finger and the third toe. The second finger and the thumb and the big toe. And go back the other way. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Now just don't move them at all. Just feel that. Thumb, big toe. Second finger, second toe, etc. All the way to the fifth. And prepare now for rocking motion. Tai Chi Chih is said to be under the umbrella of Qigong. And now, without saying very much, we're moving into rocking motion. Forward, through the center, bubbling spring, and back. Weight shift. Sinking and rising, sinking and rising. Figure 8, the infinity symbol, long health. Moving towards joy through slowness. Circularity. Moving from the center. Continuity. And finding peace within. And ultimately, as a moving meditation, the quality of joy. Each move has 9. This is the end of rocking motion. And now we bring the feet out into a V. Bring them closer together with the heels. Bird flaps its wings. Inhale here and sink and release, coming to the front of the feet. 3 sequences of this bird. That on the third of each move, we have a wrist circle forward. And an inhale back to lengthen the spine, rising, sinking. And third sequence of 3. Everything equals 9. The noble Chinese number in numerology. Inhale, center. Open the legs to exhale it into the earth and double ground it. Bring it to the heart. Exhale it into the ground. One more. Shifting to your right, release the left heel forward, around the platter in chest high water. Feel your glide forward and the release of the heel. Feel your glide back and the release of the front toe. Connect it all. Synchronicity, breath, mind, movement, all moving together in a moving meditation style. This is about 6. We've got 3 more to go on this side. Last one on your left. Inhale and exhale, coming back into rider on horse to regroup yourself. Then shift towards the left, release the right heel around the platter right side. Feel your circle in the same rhythm as your weight shift. 3 more. Last one on your right side of around the platter. Inhale and sink it into the earth. Shift towards your right, towards your left. You might want to do both. And then sink into this left foot to release the right, or sink into the right foot to release the left, in which case we need that for around the platter variation. You always sink into the opposite foot first, and then the yin leg can come forward. The feminine leg. And this ball of energy is right at your left shoulder now, right over your left foot. When you come forward here, you'll get to a point where the back heel lifts. And then when you come back, you'll get to a point where the front toe lifts, especially if we glide through the center. Glide, glide, release back heel. Glide, release the front toe. It's the gliding that slows us down, as well as the breath. Here's your inhale. There's your exhale. 2 circles working together. This is your small circle. The bigger circle is the platter, and this is the variation here, where you have a small circle within the bigger circle. Circularity. Two more. Beautiful. Bring that left foot back in. Single grounding between the left and the right side, shifting into the left side, releasing this right heel for around the platter variation. Your circle, little circle, starts at your right shoulder. And the dropping of that little circle is right here opposite the heart on a bigger circle, right? Yes, beautiful. Here's your inhale. 3 more. Your exhale is when the fingers drop here, right opposite the heart. And that sends the energy back to the back leg. 2 more. Last one, really slowly. Beautiful. Around the platter and around the platter variation have come to a graceful conclusion. We're going to do a couple of extra groundings here. Bring it into the head and down. Bring it up to the sky and down. Lengthening like you did in Heaven and Earth move. Remember that one? This one? You want to go all the way up there. Literally, as we go into our third grounding. So inhale up, all the way up there, and slowly all the way down. Wonderful. Our next move is bass drum, shifting to the right, preparing your drum with the palms facing, as if there's a drum here, you're going around the rim of it. Inhale. And exhale back. Feel the rim of the drum because the energy is now moving, the chi is moving into your fingertips now and in your toes. So feel that connection between the toes and the fingers. As you touch the rim of the drum and as you move to the beat of the feet. The governing force is the legs. Two more on your left side. The palms are said to be in polarity, meaning that there's a connection between the centers of the palms, which are rounded, the fingers slightly open, and everything, the joints of the fingers, the wrists, everything is connected and relaxed. Sink it down. Shift it towards your left, release your right heel, bass drum right side. Feel the release of the heel when you get to the front and you've bent your knee, and then feel the release in the back when you bend the knee and back and the toe comes up in front. And the leg in front is yin, it's the feminine leg. It's almost completely straight without locking the knee. And gather the chi as you move. It's almost like you're cultivating it, like moving through vines or something. You know how when you're walking through the woods, you have to separate the leaves from your body? It feels kind of like that. Two more of bass drum. Beautiful. Bring the foot in. Coming back to rider on a horse. The feet are in a good position here. They're well grounded. Double grounded. Inhale to the heart. Sink it into the earth. Our next move, daughter on the mountaintop. Bring your heel forward, followed by daughter in the valley. So coming forward here, Come up to the two mountains on either side and come down through the central trail, bringing your left hand closer to the heart than the right. As two circles entwine right at the heart. The sense of connecting two ideas, two people, whatever motivates your life to serve in some way, it's right here. Your heart is the one behind the opposite hand. I love how they cross at the heart and then they separate at the bottom, at the abdomen, making a heart shape, perhaps. Two more. Last one on your left side of daughter on the mountaintop. Bringing that left foot back, returning to rider on horse, shifting towards your left, releasing your right, and preparing the palms to come up the mountain. Notice how this is basically a Tadasana position. The palms are open. Your left hand is still the one close to your heart on both sides of the body, whatever shifting. Now we're shifting with our right leg here. Three more of daughter on the mountaintop. Beautiful. Inhale and release it. Double ground it. We're going to get some water here. I don't know about you, but it's time to hydrate. Just take 30 seconds or whatever. Don't gulp it. Mm. Nice. Okay, when we come back here, we're just going to regroup for our next move, which is push-pull or pulling in the energy, but that'll come after we do our side-to-side weight shift. Okay, this is carry the ball to the side. You're in the front here. You're over here to your right. You're going to shift down, feet in a V, rider on horse. Wind up here, pick up your ball of energy. Release your left heel out. This knee is bent over here on your right side. And you're going to slide across the piano bench with your buttocks without sticking it out very much. And then inhale to rise and exhale to sink. The knees will bend maybe 4 inches. That's it. Wind up. Maybe 2. I don't know. I haven't measured it with a. It's just that they need to be soft knees. Now lengthen and sink. Here's the second one. Carry the ball to the side. Feel the softness of your wrists, the palms, the fingers, even the hips. As if you are moving through seagrass, and you are the seagrass. Moved by a gentle ashore breeze. And notice how easy the shift is when you soften the knees and when you keep the body long. And those arms just kind of float through water. Good. Inhale and sink it through the earth. Wind up, and we're going to go back. Wait first. You really feel the shift into this yang leg and the release of the yin leg, your feminine leg. It's straightened. And now you move towards it. Both legs play with this shift as seagrass. Last one here. Carry the ball to the side. A beautiful fluid flowing feeling of the wrists, the elbows, the fingers, and the body. And now we move into push, pull, and pulling in the energy. Finding your center, shifting to the right, releasing your left heel, and moving through the heel of the hand up into a circle, turning it around with the wrists, bringing it back to the heart on the inhale. Push, pull. Also called giving and receiving energy. You can feel it come back to the heart on the inhale there, right? Enjoy it. Purpose of all meditation is joy. So the earlier we find it in the practice, the easier it is to do. It's just a feeling within and letting go. Three more on your left side. Feel that when you come forward, that heel has to lift and back here. It's in conjunction with the wrists themselves. Let's do one more here. Beautiful. And return your left foot back into rider on horse and sink it through the earth. Single grounding, shifting now towards your left side, releasing your right heel. Push, pull. Beautiful. I think we're in synchronicity now. After doing all our long warm up and then coming into this, this is the lead into the next one. And then we move into the taffies after that. Three more on this right side here. Good. And we really can feel the partnership of this giving and receiving energy, right? And last one here on your right. Beautiful. Bring the foot back in. Inhale to sink it through the earth and double ground it. Bring it to your heart. Send it down towards the earth, but resting on globes of energy here, right opposite the center of the dantian. And then shifting to the right, pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe through the fingertips. Also involves a visualization that we can see that distant star and feel like we're pulling the energy in from it through the fingertips. Ask for it in your circle. Ask for clarification. Ask for help living life with full joy and awareness, even when things kind of go crazy. The 9 times bring us into homeostasis. Into balance, metaphorically, mentally, and physically, and perhaps with a sense of spirit and understanding. Bring the foot back in. To shift to your left and release the right leg. Pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe through the fingertips, right side. Feeling the chi in the toes and the fingers. And visualizing a distant star at night. And last one of pulling in the energy from the most distant star in the universe. Let's do several groundings. Inhale it to the heart. Exhale it to the earth, but rest here momentarily on globes of energy. Inhale it to the head. Circle it down to reach the earth. And all the way up to the sun or the moon. In gratitude for the light that fills the night and fills the day. And resting on globes of energy as we begin our most beautiful tafis. Your left hand comes under, your right hand is over the top of the arm here. You're pulling the energy, feeling one arm underneath moving up and the other moving down. One towards heaven, the other towards earth. Always connecting both. Almost like you're playing with a bow as a cello, right? That arm that pulls, the other arm that pulls from the other side. And the underneath hand is said to be the invite hand, inviting you to that side or to this side as you shift. And one more here towards your left. Basic taffy. We'll ground it through the earth as we come to our first variation of that taffy. We'll ground the right leg through the floor, bring the left forward. Anchor taffy, the back leg will be anchored. As you pull the taffy, open the hips, and let your left hand pull you to the left as the palms cross. And then the other leg is anchored, and you do the same thing. Anchor, taffy. The anchor will pull in as you shift now towards your right. It's the back leg. Now prepare to bring in the anchor right here. To inhale and to exhale as you release the knees a little bit. Open to inhale, sink, and shift to this side. The knees are very, very soft and pliable, so that allows you to both sink and rise. Rise to open the legs, sink to move to the side. And then open again on the inhale. Beautiful. Two more sets. One set this way, and our last set, which will take us back to the left. Pulling in our anchor and moving to shore. Nice inhale and a couple of groundings here, because that's a very beautiful, the tappies are very full of energy, not in a bad way, but in a really beautiful way. They synchronize the whole body. And our next move is called circles taffy. Your circles will go towards the body, then move out, almost like raindrops. 2, 3, and on the third one, you'll be shifting this way. And then pull your left hand under as you shift to the left, and then start again. Inhale and exhale. Okay, ready? Circles taffy. Left hand under, it's your invite hand to the left. Inhale, exhale. Right hand under and pull your taffy. Two more sets. Now your invite hand will take you to the right. Sink. Inhale for your last one of circles taffy. Left hand under, moving that invite over to the left. And fully grounding. Bring it to the heart. Bring it to the ground. One more of those. Let's bring it to the head. Your third dantian. And down through the heart area and then to the abdomen. As we move into the third variation with heel step, perpetual motion taffy. Ready? Just release that knee, drop the heel all the way, the energy moving to the toe. Have fun with it a little bit. You don't have to go up very high with that heel, but the heel comes down, then the middle of the foot, then the toes. And all the while, we need to keep ourselves up and down from the top of the head to the Ming Men area or low spine. Even as we keep this sense of bending and straightening on our shifts, bending the left leg here, and then the right leg, and the opposite leg will straighten. Beautiful, nice. And since it's perpetual motion, Taffy, I never count this. You come to a point where you go, oh, that's probably enough. But it's such a beautiful, free kind of move. It's really fun. Let's make this the last one of perpetual motion, Taffy. Come back and ground it through the earth and double ground it. And say, thank you, Taffies. They teach us a lot. And now you're going to bring your left hand under, your right hand under, and your left hand's going to come forward, and your left heel will come down and forward. Working the pulley. A diagonal here, caused by the movement of the hand out from the shoulder here on this side, your left side. And the hip and the knee and the ankle, everything's going to be together here as you shift forward, not too far outside of your body. It's almost like you're going to, if it's great partner exercise, it's almost like you shift towards your partner shoulder and then to the opposite shoulder on their side. That's it. Beautiful. See, on Zoom, we can get this feeling of working the pulley as if we were all working on the same job with the same pulley in a long line. It may come from a very ancient style of moving boats up or pulling them with ropes, or it could have come from the Industrial Revolution of the early 1900s. We don't know. But it's very connecting. And feel as you pull back on this rope, for example, that the hip comes back. And this is your governing hand. So it's the exhale there and the inhale back of that hip that causes the other hand to feel like it's a partner. It's just a slow poke. Good. Now we're going to bring it in. Come back with your feet in a V. Exhale it into the earth. Single time. Now bringing your left hand under the hip, your right hand out, your right heel forward, and get ready for the right side of working the pulley. You may feel like I do, that I shift on the back ball of the foot and I shift on the front heel. It's all connecting. Working the pulley. And notice how the bottom hand faces up as it pulls back, like a swim move almost. One more here. And then one really slowly, okay, like this. And then pull that hand under and then bring the foot back in and sink it through the earth. And double ground it. And triple ground it, working the pulley has come to a graceful conclusion. And our next move is light at the top of the head, light at the temple, bringing the palms together here, feet in a V, sink them down. Bring them over the crown of the head and the back of the skull. Feet in a V and sink and rise. And let the energy go out into the earth, into the sky now, and then it'll come down to the earth. Not yet. And now circle the palms together over the crown of the head, which is the back of the skull, lengthen through the spine. 6 to 9 times here. And then hold the palms close together. Inhale, feet in a V, and sink and rise. And then turn the palms to face out and down through your circle. Inhaling the left hand at the top here towards the heart. Sink it down through the central meridian. Light at the temple. Your temple is your speech, your thought, and your action, which needs to be, for all of us, coordinated in some way, especially the thought with the action. Sink and rise. Light at the temple is at the temples. Now feel that outside your head. It's not touching at all, but there's definitely a lot of chi there, energy. Cultivate it as you circle. Hold it. Breathe it in and sink and rise 3 times and let it go. Out into the earth and back to your heart. Left hand up. And with your feet still in a V, preparing for joyous breath. Inhale as much as you can to open up the lungs and the body, the whole body on this. And then sink it out 4 times joyously. Inhale it again. Take a lot of breath in through those nostrils and 4 times out. And last cycle of 4. Couple groundings here to soften the move as we come into passing clouds. All things change, just like the clouds that go from gray to white, or whatever they do. They pass us and we watch. We learn from them that everything changes. The weather, our hearts, our feelings, and our lives. And we stay released, grounding, courageous, moving on, living with joy. Feel the shift from each side, how you move with it, and perhaps even brush the elbow forward and back while you're doing a side-to-side shift. But the feet are never coming off the earth here. They're in a V. And last one of passing clouds. Breathe in and sink it down through the earth. Double ground it. Six healing sounds. The first is for the heart. Ho! The second is for your spleen on your left side. Hu! The third is for the liver on your right side. Tsu. The fourth is for your lungs. Sh. The fifth is for the triple heater. All those energy centers. Shi. And the last one is for the kidneys. Chui. Ho, hu, su. Sh, shi, chui. We're not supposed to make this really out loud, but we will because we're on Zoom. Left hand, left foot. Side to side. Sh. Shi. Chui. Left to right on that one. Ho. Left hand, left foot. Hu. Right to left. Su. Sh. Shi. Chui. Last one with 5 chuis. Ho. Heart. Hu. Spleen. Su. Liver. Sh. Lungs. Shi. Triple heater. And kidneys. Chui. Ready? Okay, once more. Five chuis. Turn the palms upside down. Heel step. Bringing the feet somewhat together. Rolling the yin and yang energies, both directions. All of the work that you've done or play that we've done. And then bringing your left heel to your right ankle bone for cosmic consciousness pose. I like to come through the tree pose first, and then bring the left hand close to the heart, open the palms, look over the window of eternity and through it, opening those fingers. And then interlacing the fingers here, bring them overhead in gratitude. Thousands of years of Qigong, 6 centuries of Tai Chi, many types. And the work of Wen Shan Wang and Justin Stone's book from 1974, Tai Chi Chih, 19 movements in one pose. What a gift.